Oh boy. We are back to a grainy camera tonight because I have no idea how to fix this this evening. I really liked my old camera setup. But anyway, hello, happy Tuesday. What's up, guys? My voice is only halfway here because it was an absolute heck of a weekend out in, where was I? Greenville for the sawmill for All American Machine Gun Shooting Gun Show. So anyway, apologize for my grainy camera. I was super excited about finally having a camera setup that would work, but it outsmarted Rachel. So yeah, for some reason, I don't know what was going on. For some reason, it was letting me attach the audio but not the video. So I don't know. But I'm late. I was already late because truthfully, I was asleep at 10 o'clock when Chad called and then woke me up. I'm tired. So for those of you that don't know, but it looks like for the most part, I see everybody in the chat. You do know. So this past weekend was the first annual All American Machine Gun Shooting Gun Show, which is basically my child and passion project. We've been working on this for months and months and months, basically all of 2021, and it finally was here, which is hard to believe. And I cannot tell you the amount of caffeine that was consumed in the last few weeks leading up to this, and especially while we were actually out there at the sawmill. So I came back from that, and like the max 8 hours of sleep that I got for the entire last week, and I've been sleeping basically all day. And I haven't had any caffeine for the last 2 days, so I'm on a cleanse and a rejuvenation, and hopefully this voice will come all the way back too. I don't know. But I'm on here, and I'm ready to ramble about all sorts of things. So if you have any questions specifically regarding the shoot, ask away. If not, I'll let you look at some of the prizes and stuff that we have that I will be picking winners for here probably tomorrow. I think I'm just about through shuffling through all of the attendees to see who's going to get one of these flamethrowers and Trizicon and an underbarrel flamethrower because we all need one of those in our life. But yeah, this is only like a fraction of the stuff I have to give away. And I'm pretty daggum excited about it, especially the flamethrower and the underbarrel flamethrower because they're just pretty neat. Anyway, what's up? Josiah's on here and he's still in my tagline. I love that. Let's get ready to ramble. Max, glad you're on here. Colton, hello. Thanks for all the suggestions on how to fix this, but it didn't work. I did unplug it and replug it and unplug it and replug it about 3 times. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go live with the grainy camera and we'll make it work. We'll just make it work. Excuse me. Oh no. How come I can't see some of your names? Swamp Dog's on here. Patrick, hello. Colton, hello. Oh, I think I already said hi to you, but hi, second time. Asher, what's up? Asher was out at the shoot this weekend, and he basically was a social media guru for the entire event, and definitely kept things running while I was quite literally running all over the place. I think I was checking my steps, and I think I hit 10 miles every single day. So that's nuts. I was not ready. I had not built up my cardio for that, but it was a good time. Jathan, hello. Jamie, what's up? I'm sad that you missed it too, and I hate to hear that your car is back in the shop, but rumor has it there's going to be a next year, so just plan for that, right? So I don't really know where to begin because last Tuesday, we were just a couple of days out from this first event, and excuse me, just a lot going on. I was actually staying on site at the lodge last Monday all the way until Sunday this week, and we were smack dab in the middle of setting up all of the rentals and all of the everything that had to come in, which is just a crazy amount of stuff, but it was awesome. I can't even begin to tell you how much I learned about event coordinating from this, but yeah, I never actually got to go live and show anybody around just because it was wake up and go until you couldn't go anymore. But there's some really, really, really great videos and really, really, really great pictures that are going to be coming very shortly. If you haven't already checked it out, All American Machine Gun Shoot Instagram has more content on it right now than our Facebook or anything else. But I've seen sneak peeks of our videos, or they're already coming back to me. And I'm just gonna grin. I'm very excited about it. It's pretty cool. Richard, thank you so much. Max, you saw a bunch of the posts and you must say it looks like a giant success. Thank you. So I think it's a lot easier to be very critical of something, especially when you're on my side. I mean, you can be critical of it any sort of way, but on my side of it, like I directly saw the problems happening as they were happening, and I saw the back end of a lot of things. So on my side, I'm like, oh no, this happened or that happened, and it's been really, really neat to read comments of people that were there enjoying it, and for the most part, every little bit of feedback has been really, really positive, and it's something to remember on my side, that everybody's not always seeing the problems that you're seeing. Anyway, it was a big learning experience. There's a bunch of things that we can do to change and make next year even better, and that's what we aim to do. But I would call it a success. I think it was a success, especially after reading the comments, and we were able to have the range set up to where children could participate in just about everything, and that meant a lot to me because they're directly building memories with not only their parents, their family, but also with firearms in a positive way that will, go on to make them potentially love things and, continue building this community. So I'm excited. The pictures and the feedback and some of the emails I've gotten, honestly, have brought me to tears just with how, I don't know. It's exactly, for the most part, exactly what I wanted it to be, as far as very family oriented and something that people can really get hands on with different guns and experiences and stuff. So very, very happy. Hydration. Whew. Reading some comments. Swamp Dog, congrats on the successful completion of the inaugural AMGS. Yeah. I honestly can't believe it's over. I don't know what to do. My time hasn't completely freed up, but it's just like the release of not being on my computer from, sometimes I would jump up at 5 a.m. and be on my computer until 2 or 3 a.m. the next day, just trying to get little details done, and not having to do that is just whoa, what am I supposed to do with all my time? Although I slept all day today. It's just really weird. It's really weird. I can't believe it's actually done. Colton, it looked amazing. Thank you so much. I really can't wait to share everything from the event, and I can't wait to get all the content and stuff back too. I think it was pretty awesome. JC, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Had to leave and then rejoin the live. Well, you didn't miss a whole lot. Most of it was me trying to figure out if this camera was going to work, and then the, of course, rambling beginnings, which I need some good questions tonight. I need something to attach on and then ramble my head off. Otherwise, who knows what the direction of this evening will go. I never do. So only 361 days left to get ready for the second one. Hey, your timeline's not quite off. I'm not gonna announce dates for next year until we completely finalize things with the range, but I will say we're penciled in for next year. So that's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. Wish you could have been there. You did an awesome job. Thank you. It was really an awesome. Oh my gosh, I probably should have had just a little bit of caffeine today and this evening to get me through this live. The bad part about this is my dad called me at 9:20 and woke me up and was asking me about tomorrow's plans because we've got somebody to visit at Moss Pond. But anyway, I was like, okay, no big deal. And then I fell back asleep, and I actually thought I was going live in my head, in my like light sleep. I thought I was actually live, and then Chad called, and I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm still on the couch. What's happening? And then I had to run up here and try to figure out how to hook this camera up, which didn't work. And yeah. Anyway, not my finest evening. Also, I don't know what this line is right here, but it's driving me crazy. If you can see it, it's like a laser beam coming out of my finger. Video, not the best tonight. Count me in, even if I have to catch a Greyhound. I hope that you don't have to catch a Greyhound. I hope that y'all just get to drive out there and it's a wonderful evening, or wonderful road trip. But sometimes we gotta do what we have to do. So, the Sawmill, All American Machine Gun Shooting Gun Show. I don't even really know where to begin on the actual event and how things went, but basically, like I said, Monday to Wednesday was just a chaos of like the hustle of setting everything up, rentals coming in, signs going up, maneuvering things here and there. And come Thursday, that's when all the craziness started. So Thursday morning, 9 a.m., folks started showing up to set up their tables, doing check-in. All the vendors started riding in, as well as the shooters. So everybody was unloading and setting things up, and we were trying to figure out where the best place to have check-in was, because one side of the building didn't really work, and if you were down the hill, people didn't know where to go. So that was immediately learning. And that was where I have a hard time remembering that I could just jump in my truck to make things faster. So I was running like from down at the vendors area to back up to the lodge to back down to the vendors area, which is, I think, where my 10 miles came in that day. But people started getting set up, and it was just really cool to start seeing the tent come alive. Like, it looked cool without there being any stuff in there, but the first folks got there and they started setting everything up, and I was like, wow, this is starting to look like the pole barn, just a smidge, because some of the same vendors that used to attend Knob Creek were actually out with us this year too, which is amazing. It was so great to see so many people too, and just the overwhelming kindness from everybody was really, really neat. I think folks were really excited to be out there and to just have something like this to go to again. And, on my side, I am truthfully still rooting for Knob Creek to come back, but I'm definitely rooting for year 2 of All American. Was there plenty of ammo and Dr. Pepper? So we had quite a few ammo companies out there. Excuse me. And I promise you, we did not run out of Dr. Pepper. So, yes. Did you shoot anything or look at any of the booths, or were you on the go the whole time? So, unfortunately, that is something that, is part of the learning process. I could have definitely delegated more, or if I had more people, delegated quite a bit more, so I could have enjoyed some of this. And I'm sure this goes with any event. It's a lot more fun on the enjoyment side if it's somebody else's event than your own. I was definitely running. Friday was a lot of running. I did get to shoot a howitzer, the pack howitzer, which is really cool. And then I didn't shoot anything else Friday. Saturday, I shot the Barrett. I went by and did a little bit of plinking with rugged suppressors. And then during the night shoot Saturday, I got to shoot a little bit. So I did finally get a little bit of trigger therapy, but Friday was a lot of, Friday was the first day. So that was a lot of figuring out, this is going to work, this is not going to work, we got to shift things here. Learning on the go, very much so learning on the go. And once we figured out some things Friday, Saturday was a lot smoother, at least, again, on my side. Some people maybe attending, you might not see the problems the same. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but yeah, there was a lot of learning Friday. Saturday was a little more laid back. I actually got to go by and talk with almost every vendor. The only few that I missed was LMT was pretty busy when I went by them. Same with Glock and Whack Outdoors. But everybody else, I'm trying to think, everybody else I got to talk to for a minute. And And then same with the vendors. I wanted to check in and make sure everybody was happy there. So it was pretty cool. A lot of people to talk to, and just absolutely loved getting to know so many people. How many people came? So Friday, I think the numbers I haven't quite figured that out yet. So Friday, the numbers are between 400 and 500. Saturday, I think it's about the same, but there were some two-day wristbands, and I'm almost done calculating all of that up, which is why I still haven't officially found a giveaway winner for all of these, because these were all door prizes that are behind me. This little fire right here. So I will know that tomorrow. I'll have an accurate account. But I don't know, somewhere between it was at least minimum Friday 400. So we will find that out here shortly, which is pretty crazy, especially for first year event, and how we missed some certain marketing avenues, and I lost what I was gonna say. We could have definitely advertised quite a bit more, but truthfully, I'm not. I think that there were good numbers for a first year event, especially for the amount of things that you don't know. So I'm happy with the numbers. All right, Swamp Dog, I hope you have a great evening and enjoy your food. It's the glare. Oh, it might be the glare from the light above. I miss my camera and my lights. Things. Hi, my name is Rachel, and my life's a little crazy. I don't know where most of my stuff is right now, because when we were leaving Sunday morning, we tried to pack as much stuff into my little Tacoma as we could, and then the rest got put into like my dad's trailer and my brother's truck and my mom's car, and I don't know where my lights are. I didn't even know where the thing that hooks into my computer that hooks up my camera was, so I had to borrow Chad's. But yeah, my name is Rachel, and my life's a little crazy. Looks like a lens flare. I'm gonna call it a lightning beam. Or maybe I'm just an angel. Oh yeah, look at that. Interesting. Next year will be bigger for sure. Yeah, I honestly have no doubt about that. And I'm excited for it. I really enjoyed getting to know the local fire department that was out there. They were absolutely incredible, and we might have put them to work just a little bit. The local EMT, absolutely incredible. I really enjoy getting to know them. The only real injury we had is I got a splinter, and we did not have to amputate. Everything's okay. We're gonna push through this one. They were really, really great. And then I've talked with a couple of the other firehouses that are nearby that have expressed interest in coming out next year. And I just really enjoy or look forward to getting to know the community up there more and see, what we can do, what we can build there, because I know, the other thing is, this is not Knob Creek. Nothing ever really will be. Knob Creek was such a unique setup, unique range, and while All-American at the Sawmill may never be a Knob Creek, it will be an All-American, and there are so many things that we can do that other people can get their hands on and try and see and learn. And I don't know, there's just so much cool stuff that we are able to do there that at Knob Creek you might not have been able to. So I'm just really, really, really excited. That's the best way I can communicate how I feel right now until I have some caffeine. Yeah, it does look like somebody's trying to beam me up. I think it's kind of weird that it's in front of me though. If I just had like two faces. It is like Halloween season too, so it's a little spooky up there. Oh no, JC, like crazy. Asher, yeah, the EMS did say it was the easiest money he had ever made. I think for the most, anybody that was there loved it. I think also, there's some community outreach that we need to do around Lawrence, just to let people know what we're doing out there, because it was a little bit loud. So I think if you weren't there, it probably was just a little bit like, whoa, what's happening in Lawrence County? And I know people were genuinely concerned about the deer because it was just opening season last week in Lawrence County, South Carolina, which I think Georgia's is this weekend. I need to check. I truthfully haven't looked at anything hunting because we were so caught up in planning this, but I think opening day is this weekend. Here, at least. Anyway, I know people were concerned about the deer population and whether or not they would be getting skedaddling out of the county, and I can confirm there was at least one doe left in Lawrence County because when I went to leave the range, the sucker ran right out in front of me, and I thought I was going to hit her. I've never been so close to hitting a deer in my life. I'm pretty sure I scuffed her tail as she ran by. That was terrifying because I was like, man, I'm going to get through this whole weekend and I'm going to get taken out by a deer. But the deer survived, the Rachel survived, and there is a deer left in Lawrence County. So we didn't scare them all away, I promise, if that's where you live. But anyway. Oh, goodness. I thought my computer froze for a second. That was odd. So as far as weapons that may or may not have been seen on the firing line at All American MGS, we had quite the lineup. I don't even know where to begin. That was the right spot though. But I don't know. I don't know where to begin. We had pack howitzer, which is really cool. I've never seen one shoot before, and I actually got to do it, so that was incredible. That was how we kicked the Friday off. What is the craziest or the coolest machine gun you saw on the line? There was a 50 caliber water cooled, which was really, really neat. That was pretty daggum cool. Yes, there was M60s. There wasn't a whole lot that was, there was quite a bit that was missing because there's quite a few machine guns. But as far as like ones that you can spit off immediately, pretty much everything was covered. MG42s, MG34s, M60s. Those water cooled guns were pretty dang cool for sure, especially when they started getting them piping hot. Yeah, it's just crazy to watch. I saw that Bren a few times, made me really want to try it out. Yeah, so one of our Brens was on that line. I love a Bren. I do love the Bren. There was a few Brens out there too. And then DNA guns had like a crazy setup. Asher's wife actually ended up, so Brownell's out at All American MGS, they were giving away 50 rounds. The first day is 50 rounds through the Browning M2, the second day is 50 rounds through either, I don't know if it was through what you wanted to shoot or through, I'm not really sure what it was through. But anyway, Brownell's was out there giving those away. And Beth, sorry, Asher, I don't know if you wanted your wife's name out there, but she's really cool. Miss Pew Pew Lady on Instagram actually won 50 rounds through the Browning M2, which is just awesome. I know she had a blast shooting that. Her video's up on Instagram too, and it's just awesome. Some friends and I made it to the machine gun shoot this past weekend. It was a blast. Thanks for holding it. What are the dates for next year if you have them? Hey, we got good feedback on here, right there. Nick Powell. We have dates tentatively set for next year. We're looking at that same weekend. So if you want to go ahead and pencil it in, that is that's what I'll give you for right now. I want to make sure the range is 100% as set on this as I am before I start running it. I think we're on the same page though. But we were going to take this week and just like sleep for a little bit and then debrief and go over things that we can do better for next year. So I am penciled in. I saw the dates on the calendar for next year. So that's the best I can give you right now. But we are looking at a year or two. Asher, now she shot something you haven't. Dadgum. I can't believe that. Adam, you didn't see I was on. Well, I was late, terribly, terribly late to this live because I was asleep. I gotta quit doing that. This is like 2 for 2 where I've been like asleep right before I go live. I personally had a great time. Is there anything you'd do differently? There's a lot I would do differently, but a lot of it's on like the administrative side and uh, on and that kind of stuff. So like calculating, trying to figure out exactly how many people came through and whether they bought a 2-day pass or a 1-day pass. A lot of stuff I could change there because right now it's like, how do I figure this part out? I was basing it off waivers, but some of the people that signed waivers were staff, and some of the people that signed waivers were vendors, and So trying to figure out exactly how many people came in just for attendance, I could do better. Outside of that, the schedule of events, we scheduled the events a certain way, but we didn't really take into account the way the sun was going to be setting. So starting the night shoot at 5 didn't quite work. So we shifted everything to 7, but our schedules all said 5, so then there was confusion on if we were still doing it. Trying to think of other little things. So scheduling, now we know the location, we know how things run. I think that we would probably like to do some sort of on-site giveaway instead of me figuring out door prizes later. Number one, because shipping is going to be terrible. And number two, because, it keeps people around. If you have to be there to win your flamethrower, it's probably going to stay, right? And then we can, there's a few things we can do differently. I also think we're talking through quite a few ideas of how to actually highlight and get people to know exactly what they're looking at on that main firing line. So I don't know exactly what that will look like yet, but we got quite a few ideas there. Trying to think of other things we do differently. Maybe try to get a few more vendors. My idea for this and what I'd really like to do here is have, is kind of make it like as big of an outdoor show as you can do, right? Where people can come in and there's all sorts of like, I don't want to say crafts and stuff that you can do, but kind of firearm industry crafts. Maybe you see somebody like MGS Trade School, who was one of our sponsors this year. Maybe they come out and they're actually working on an MG42, and you can see the process and the internals and the stuff there, or watch people break things apart and clean them. Like this is, I don't know exactly what I want to do here, or what will change, but we'll definitely probably have a bigger vendors area than next year, and then hopefully more activities, as many activities as we can get in there. Because the more for people to do, the better, the more exciting I think it would be. But yeah, definitely a lot of administrative stuff will be done differently. Adam, I wish you could nap during the day too. I don't usually, I have a lot of trouble sleeping most of the time, but I have quite a bit of trouble sleeping during the day just because it's bright outside, but not right now because I'm pretty exhausted. For those of you that were there, if you have any feedback on stuff that you'd like to see out there next time, I'm all ears. We want your feedback. We want to know what you enjoyed, what you do differently. Oh, another thing, we'll probably have maps next time, or at least something posted to where you can figure out where things are, because the sawmill, while it feels very centralized, it's big. So you walk in and there's 2 ranges immediately here, and then 2 more here, and 2 long ones over here. There's quite a lot of stuff going. Did you see that Scene Arsenal is doing their T-shirt campaign? What? I don't know if I did or not, but I'm kind of curious. Their T-shirt campaign. I saw them. I saw them out there, and I did see a T-shirt that everybody was wearing that I'm probably buying one of. So I think that's probably the same thing. I love those guys though, and May. I love all of them. They're great. I'm really glad that they were out there and that they supported us. So that's pretty cool. If you go without sleep long enough, it makes it a lot easier to sleep during the day. Yeah, you're right. It really does. I can't believe how much I slept today. It's like actually mind blowing. I left the house to go down to my parents, and we were gonna shoot for a little bit. I rolled up and I was like, why am I so tired? I don't think I can do this right now. And I think I sat there for like 30 minutes, and I was like, no, I gotta go home. I gotta go home, Dad. I'm sorry. So I went home, and then I tried to make myself eat something, and then fell back asleep. So I am eating normal food again, though. Friday, it's crazy how you can get so caught up and like completely just forget about taking care of yourself. Like Friday, I think I ate one chicken strip and then was on the go until Saturday night, and then I ate again. But yeah, we'll do better about that too. So things I would do differently next year, I would remember to eat, and remember to maybe sleep just a little bit more than I did. Those are the two major changes. But maps I think would be a good thing too. And then yeah, anything else y'all think of? I'm down for info. Give me your ideas. Stress will do that. Yes, it will. I'm surprised I'm not gray headed at this point. I'm very surprised. I am working back on the hydration side of things though. Well on my way. I hope that whoever wins this flamethrower is gonna love it just as much as I would. Can't wait to see all of your content. I can't wait for you to see it too. And then maybe we have to have another chat sometime too, Smash Time. At least I hope so. If you were gray, you could join. If you were gray, I don't know what that's trying to say, but if I go gray, that's when I start dyeing my hair crazy colors because I've never dyed my hair before. And so then that's time. Or I'm just going to dye it really dark brown because I always wanted to have like a chocolate looking head. That's the plan at least. When I was a kid, I really wanted to get highlights. My mom was like, no, you're not getting highlights. You get natural highlights. And then I never did anything to my hair ever. So you had a good selection with food trucks. Palmetto State Armory could take lessons for their gathering. So I went to the first gathering, but I didn't make it. Oh, Asher, good night. Sorry, I'm going to tell him good night because he's getting off of here. Did not get anything this morning. Good luck. I was going to actually ask you if you got anything the other day. So best of luck, since I think I wished you good luck the other day. Maybe best of luck will get you better luck. I don't know. Our deer down here are going crazy though. So opening day should be interesting. Where are we at? You had a good selection with food trucks. Oh yeah, good selection of food trucks, Palmetto State Armory. So I went to the first gathering, but I did not go to the second one just because of like the time of year it was. And anyway, oh, you're back in Florida. I'm confused. Okay, so you're back in Florida. You hunted this morning. Don't need any more luck. Got it. Well, now you can go hunt for lizards or something because you usually have pretty good luck with that, right? Anyway, hope you get some good rest, Asher. Thanks for jumping on here, and thank you for everything you did this weekend. Because I could not have done it. I really couldn't have. Anyway, so food trucks. So we ended up. I'll tell you all a story about food trucks and the planning process behind this. So 2 weeks before the event, I thought I had at least 2, potentially 3 food trucks for each day. And I didn't really know, like I've never done this before. I didn't really know exactly how many they could handle per day. And I had one food truck lady tell me like, oh, if you're expecting that amount of people, you need to have a minimum of 4 food trucks. Come to find out, some of my food trucks can handle like 100 people an hour type deal. They can actually serve quite a few people. So regardless, 2 weeks out, I had all but one food truck cancel on me completely. Like they just either said, hey, I've got an event that has 900 people, can't do yours, or oh, this hurricane came in and we have to shift our schedule. Regardless, none of the people that cancel on me, I will ever contact back to do anything in the future because I think that's pretty cruddy to cancel on somebody 2 weeks out. But up until 2 days before the event, I didn't know if any food trucks were going to come. I was literally scrambling trying to find somebody that had availability, and I can't even be happier with who we ended up having come out. So we had a Taste of Home, which I know people were raving about those burgers, and then we had an ice cream truck, which I never got any ice cream. Dadgummit, I was very sad. Very, very sad about that. But what else happened? Oh, hold on. I'm working nights now. Thanks again. Looking forward to next year's shoot. Good night. Have a good night. I hope you have a great night at work and get some rest afterwards. Anyway, so food trucks canceled on me. Taste of Home came out. Ice cream was delicious. And then I had Culbertson's Kitchen, I think was the name of the pizza company that came out. Lots of people loved that. It was like actual personal pizzas made for each person, which was pretty cool. And then I had barbecue one day and a hot dog truck that came both days. So there was a lot of options, a lot of food. Some of them, I probably could have had one less food truck each day, but you never know until you know. So I'm just so glad that there was food trucks instead of nobody there, because I will tell you, I was concerned, but it all worked out really well. I also did not think, and this will be something we change next year. I did not think about having a food truck there Thursday, but luckily Johnny from At a Taste of Home came in and set up on Thursday and was able to actually start serving lunch for folks that were coming in to set up. So that was incredibly nice, that they were actually able to have food, because that was complete. Didn't think about it. Didn't even think about it. I was thinking people would come in and set up and then, go into town and stuff, but no, they did not. They came and they started shopping. I'll tell you, my father, every time I turned around, that man was in the tent buying something. And I know somebody else had already bought a bunch of stuff from BRP first day. They're just like, yep, I'm gonna go buy all this before the show starts. But I guess that's what normally happens on Thursdays. I've never been to a Thursday setup day at Knob Creek, just because we were never a vendor. But it was fun. It was fun to see everybody kind of reunite and start shopping. Sorry, that yawning is just killing me tonight. The ice cream was very good. I'm glad you got some ice cream. I know my mom kept getting the peach ice cream, and I'm very bummed that I never got the ice cream because I was daggum excited about it, but I missed out. So I will have them back. Also, I think the food truck circuit, the pizza guy and the ice cream guy know each other pretty well, so they were happy to be working together. And it was so nice to have food trucks instead of worrying about food yourself. So glad they were there. So glad they were there. Glad they were there and glad people seemed to really enjoy them. I'm trying to think. Just because our pyrotechnic crew. I can confirm that we've got some more interesting. I mean, I thought the pyro was really great this year. I can confirm that we're talking through some pretty cool things for next year. And then I'll leave it at that. But if you saw the show this year, or if you didn't and you're gonna wait and see what we're gonna post, it's gonna be bigger and better. That's gonna probably be the biggest thing that's bigger and better. And I'm excited for that because I don't really care that much for fireworks, but I like fireballs. I like fire in general, hence the flamethrowers that we've got connected with exothermic. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end this here. This is probably gonna be one of my shortest lives, just because I'm tired, guys, and I can continue to ramble for sure. You know me. I can test the limits there, but I'd rather talk through this when I'm a little more awake and I can give you all a little more detail, and maybe I can drop a actual YouTube video for y'all now that I have this time and I can actually sit down and edit some stuff. So that's the goal here. Now that we're through this machine gun shoot, um, I'm gonna start YouTubing again and not just rambling. We're gonna continue to ramble. Don't worry about that. But actual videos coming back now that we've got some time to film and to edit. I'm really excited and glad y'all are going on this journey with me, and I hope y'all have a very great night. Thank you for being on here. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I'm sorry that I've been yawning. Every live for like the last month, I feel like I've been just like half asleep on. Um, so that'll change as soon as I get through this caffeine detox that I'm doing, since I had so much caffeine for the last few weeks. I'll have a little more energy going forward, and maybe I'll actually be able to figure out how to make this camera work. But that could be a long shot. Anyway, hope you all have a great night. Thank you so much for being on here, and I look forward to next Tuesday, our typical rambling night. So, good night, guys.